Goes to the ladder, and they're set to run. The Karakatta field, the 2-year-old stand, he let them go. They're off and they're racing. Yes, Queen commenced all right. Dropping out soon after Golden Opera. One of the first to go, Do I Feel Lucky? Castle Road. Brazen Butcher is hightailing across, and Pike's going to have Yes, Queen nice and handy. Over on the outside, King's Court is next, being followed by Perfect Sister, pushing up near the rail. A length and a half away, ridden along TALKANCO outside of her. Schnitzelate at the 800. Back on the fence, Just To Fly. A length away behind those. Next of all is Golden Rapture, being followed over on the outside to Hard Solo. Perfectly Proper. Golden Opera's right back in the field. Exceed the Boom behind those. Loves Talking, and Statewide brings up the rear end of the field. 500 to go, and Castle Road will bring them for home in the Karakatta. The Magic Millions winners up running second. Do I Feel Lucky? A length away then Perfect Sister. Behind them saved up Yes Queen, about to come to the outside for Pike with its run. Just To Fly cut the corner, so did TALKANCO, and Schnitzelate's joining it as well. They're right across the track at the 200, and TALKANCO had got through to grab the lead from Yes Queen. Schnitzelate. TALKANCO's in front. Schnitzelate keeps coming, and Just To Flies against the rail, but TALKANCO wins it. TALKANCO won the Karakatta from Just To Fly. Schnitzelate, Yes Queen. Behind those, next of all, God's Rapture. Perfectly Proper followed home down the outside. Loves Talking and run on. Perfect Sister was next from Statewide, and they were followed further back behind those. Then Exceed the Boom. Hard Solo. Further back, Golden Opera. Castle Road knocking right up. King's Court, Do I Feel Lucky? And the last of them home, Brazen Butcher. Number 7, TALKANCO. The I'm All the Talk filly, ridden by Brad Parnham, has claimed the Karakatta Plate to give Dan and Ben Pearce their second victory in the Premier 2-year-old event. Number 7, TALKANCO. Brad Parnham saved ground, cut back to the inside with Just To Fly. Schnitzelate brave in running third ahead of Yes Queen, who looked as though she had every affordable chance. They ran 109.87. It's been a brilliant run. 109.87. Just outside Bustling's exceptional performance last year. And TALKANCO wins by 3/4 of a length. It's a half a length second and third. Home in 35.52. 7-4, 11, 8. The placings to the running of the Lawn Pride Australia Karakatta Plate. The winner for Ian Riley of Woodbridge Thoroughbreds. Also Ms. R. Huxon, R. McCaffrey, D. Spector, T. Helfers, Mrs. KJ Helfers, R. Bauer, J. O'Leary and AJ Dobson. Pierce Racing, R. Peterson, and Brad Parnham in the saddle has claimed his second Karakatta Plate victory, having won on Brava Fortune back there in 2008. Second home for Just To Fly by Justify from Ephemera. Luke Fernie, Zach Lloyd for Kim Doak, Maria Manfredini, Luke Fernie, GJ Mrs. M. Flay. And third is 11, Schnitzelate. She was game and gutsy, never on the track from a wide gate, by Schnitzelate Macchiato for Oakland Park, Beard Holdings, trained by Adam Durant, ridden by Lucy Fiore. 7-4, 11-8, Yes Queen, she was there, she was handily placed all the way, she was there to strike, just lacked that little bit of dash at the end of 1200. TALKANCO now claims the Gym Crack and the Karakatta Plate with a deserved victory. The next today, the Quokka for Kia. 1200 metres comes next, and the scratchings, of course, of the emergency runners in the race. 13 to do battle. They'll jump at 3:45. A big result today for Team Pearce, Dan and Ben. Formidable training combination here in WA, and they've got another Karakatta Plate win as Dan Pearce makes his way across. Wife Danelle congratulates her husband, and Lockie has got Dan in tow after this victory of TALKANCO.
Thanks, Darren. The second Karakatta Plate victory for Dan and Ben Pearce. TALKANCO, she's always shown so much ability. Dan, describe how you're feeling at the moment.
Oh, it's a bit of relief, I guess. You know, we knew what we had leading into it off the back of her win 2 weeks ago. So it's sort of a case of keeping her in one piece. Chloe rides her all the time, and you know, she certainly wasn't letting anyone on her, and we just had to keep her in one piece and get a bit of luck in running.
Coming into today, there were plenty of spruiked horses, but to her credit, she's always been a filly that has looked like she'll appreciate getting out over further.
Yeah, that's it, and I think she's sort of probably been a bit more of a polished product now than she was a couple of starts ago. She sort of seems to be improving as she goes and gets a bit more confidence. The ability level's obviously there, so yeah, we've got a fair bit to work with.
Karakatta Plate number 2 for you and your brother after the winner Dig Deep, now TALKANCO. How important is that for your business? Your business is so largely surrounded about syndications and people having a good time, and synonymous to that is two-year-old racing.
Yeah, well, that's it, and our business couldn't be what it is if we weren't supported by our ownership group. Ian Riley's bred this horse himself and put a whole crew of his mates into it, and that's just great for racing, and certainly, yeah, like you say, part of our business model is getting horses that can get up and about early and give the owners reward for their investment.
An outstanding win, well done.
Thank you.
There's Dan Pearce, here's Brad Parnham.
Bradley Parnham joins me now. TALKANCO's just won a Karakatta Plate. Bradley, is it sunk in yet?
Oh, look, it has. It's obviously a big thrill to win races like this. This is one of the premier races we have on the calendar, and yeah, no, it's been quite a while between drinks for me actually winning one of these real main feature ones. So it feels good to get another one, and yeah, look, I just super proud of the horse. She dug in and it was a super win.
And it looked like in running you were pretty keen. You had to niggle out of the hold a spot, but you just wanted to be on Willie Pike's back on Yes Queen.
Well, I did. I wanted to hold a little bit closer spot than I did the other day, and then when I saw I was going to be following Willie, I was pretty happy with that. Look, just for whatever reason, I did have to niggle quite a bit to hold that spot. I don't know if it was pace related or whether it was just because she was crowded by other horses, but I was never really travelling super strong throughout. But once Paul Jordan's horse ran off on the corner and opened it up for us, she shot through really good, and yeah, it was a super effort.
Every day is important for two-year-old racing, but in 14 days' time, if she was to make it through to a WA size at 1400, you'd have to say she'd be hard to beat.
I'd say so. I mean, if she pulls up, I can't see why they wouldn't go there. She ran out last start strong. She ran out the race today really strong as well. So as long as she pulls up and she's sound, I would say that's the way they will go with her.
As you say, it's been a while between drinks for these big features. Last time you won a Karakatta Plate was 2008. Now, by my maths, that's before the girls were born.
Yeah, it was before the girls were born, and yeah, probably the last major one I won was the Perth Cup, which is 2011, so that's still quite a while ago. But yeah, look, actually, while I'm talking here, I just want to give my brother Chris a shout out. Obviously, I picked up this ride, and it was his ride, and he unfortunately had a bad injury with his neck, and you know, that was very sad to see, but he's doing well. I just want to give him a shout out, and you know, I think I gave him a Perth Cup winner quite a few years ago when I fell off, so he's returned the favour with the Karakatta, but no, it's great, and I just hope he gets better soon.
You've been Nerf Boss, surely.
Yeah, it was Nerf Boss.
Can you win the cup? Can you win the Quokka?
Oh, look, he's drawn one. I'm really happy with the way SJ has told me he's going, so look, I think you just got to go into these races confident and see what happens, but I know at his best he's a very good horse, so if we've got him at his best, he'll give him a shake.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There's Brad Parnham, and I now have a winning part owner and breeder of TALKANCO and Ian Riley. Ian, you've been breeding horses for such a long time. Talk us through what a great thrill that was.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that so many of the owners that are in this horse are people that have been with me for years. I don't take a lot to the sales. They come around, they buy shares in them, and we race them together and have fun, and that was fun.
And that's the beauty of horse racing. You've owned horses in your own right, outright, but it just seems so much more fun when you can bring a big group of people together and enjoy a superstar filly like TALKANCO.
Oh yeah, and some of these people, I mean, names you won't know, but John and Dobbo, they've probably been in every horse of mine for the last 10 years. 15 years maybe. So, and it's just fantastic for these guys. They don't have a big share, well, enough. They just won a good race, but it's just fantastic for them. I'm thrilled.
Dan and Ben Pearce, Danelle and Chloe behind the scenes, they do such a good job with their operation. It's clearly a reward for effort for them as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I was so disappointed that Chloe wasn't here last 2 weeks ago when we won, because she does all the track work on this girl, and she loves it like we do. So it's fantastic.
An outstanding result, Ian. Well deserved. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
There's Ian Riley, part owner and breeder of this star filly, TALKANCO. She takes out the Lawn Pride Australia Karakatta Plate, and that is just a beautiful entree towards the main course. The Tap Touch Kia Quokka coming up next.